Today's video is sponsored by ClickUp. Many of us want to live productive lives, but that's easier said than done. Aren't you tired of happy people online telling you how productive they are with a smug grin on their face? Time to beat them at their own game with some amazing hacks for life that'll help you get productive. And if you're hella productive anyway, well then I might have some tips you weren't aware of. I'm Mike with List 25, and here are 25 productivity life hacks you never knew you needed. 25. 10 plus 2 times 5. If you think this looks like some complicated formula, then relax. It really isn't. 10 plus 2 times 5 means work for 10 minutes, rest for 2, work for 10, rest for 2, and so on and so forth, keeping this routine going throughout the day. The 5 comes from the 5 times you'll do this every hour, as in 5 10 minutes and 5 2 minutes, equaling 60 minutes. Writer and podcaster Merlin Mann thought of the idea. I hear he's a wizard when it comes to productivity. God. 24. Red and blue. You may know that color affects your mood, so it can be helpful for your productivity too. A study from China in 2016 applied the colors red and blue to different kinds of tasks. Turns out red was better for straightforward tasks, whereas blue helped with the stuff needing more brain power. Blue seems to go well with creative working also. 23. Break agenda. Work can become pretty disorganized without a schedule, but have you thought about scheduling your breaks with a break agenda? Think about it. Your time off is as important as your day-to-day tasks. Getting your headspace away from the workplace is essential. 10 to 15-minute breaks are recommended. Balance these perfectly alongside your working hours and you should find yourself becoming healthier and more productive. Just don't turn your day into one long break or your boss might think productively and fire your ass. 22. Side hustles. Side hustles, or work stuff you do, on the side, are super important in the gig economy and beyond. But if you have a main job that takes up a lot of your energy, do you apply the same level of organization to your side hustle? Picking up a day and a time to do some side hustling and making it a regular part of your schedule is a guaranteed productivity boost. Just don't overwhelm yourself. Downtime is important. 21. Laziness can be productive. There is such a thing as a laziness principle. Entrepreneur David Askey puts the focus on smart working rather than pushing yourself to the limit to achieve your goals. Being lazy forms a major part of this approach. Working out how much effort to put into each task is crucial to avoid burning out. The so-called laziness comes through prioritizing the most rewarding tasks and not giving 110% all the time. Remember, less is sometimes more. 20. 7-minute workout. How long should you work out for? The answer can be shorter than you think. You may have already seen the 7-minute workout on social media. Created by Brett Klika and Chris Jordan, it's an ordered sequence of 12 high-intensity exercise moves. Jumping jacks, wall sits, push-ups, crunches, step-up squats, tricep dips, planks, high knees, lunges, push-ups with rotation, and side planks. You perform these in 30-second bursts with 10 seconds rest in between each one. Be sure to do those 12 steps in that precise order. The workout has been designed so you don't strain your muscles. Does it add up to 7 minutes? Nope, which is weird, but anyway, the results speak for themselves. Quick side note. Do you ever just feel buried by your to-do list? Yeah, I make those too. Like you're juggling 100 things at once. I used to have tasks scattered everywhere, sticky notes, random apps, you name it, even the occasional napkin. Then I found today's video sponsor, ClickUp, and honestly, it's been a lifesaver. Instead of my stuff being all over the place, it's all in one spot. Whether I'm planning for this channel, handling personal things, or even bigger projects, everything's right there. And it's not just about being organized. It's actually made me more productive. I'm getting things done faster, and that means more time for other stuff. More time means, well, more money, right? ClickUp keeps everything on track, so it's like, all right, I've got this. Oh, and automations? They do all the repetitive things for you. It's like having a second brain keeping everything running without the hassle. I used ClickUp to plan, film, and edit this entire video too. Every step of the process was mapped out on task boards with deadlines and automations to remind me what to do next. From scripting to filming days to editing checkpoints, ClickUp helped me stay organized and meet my deadlines without feeling overwhelmed. Everything I needed was just a click away, making the whole work overflow smooth and easy. So, if you're feeling swamped and want to get on top of everything, ClickUp is offering a free membership. Yep, free. Just go to tryclickup.co/list25 and give it a try. And hey, if you want to level up later, they'll send you a discount too. Seriously, it'll change how you work. All right, back to the list. 19. Inspiration board. A journal or notebook doesn't have to be a boring old bunch of pages. It's recommended you transform the front page of your journal into an inspiration board. This brings together your thoughts and ideas for projects. It involves not only words, but scraps of material or color ideas to bring your assignments to life. This can really help you think clearly and get what's in your mind out onto the page. 18. Redecoration. Working from home? Or maybe even have your own office? Ever thought about redecorating to give your productivity a boost? It's easy to overlook, but making your workspace feel more like you can be a great way to work more effectively. When you're truly comfortable in your environment, a natural focus will follow. 17. Alert about alerts. Receiving text alerts, social media notifications, and general pinging and beeping sounds from your devices is one of those things you can't really get away from. Or can you? Do you really need to hear about the lunch your friend ate as it happens, or the latest video of someone dressing their cat up like Ryan Gosling or whatever? This stuff is amusing, but it's affecting your productivity. Sure, there are work notifications, but disable all the other noises and you should be working efficiently without distractions. 16. Doggy style. While it sounds like a disaster waiting to happen, it's recommended that people bring their animals into the office for a snuggle. I mean, makes sense, right? Wouldn't you rather have the companionship of your furry friend than squeezing some rubber stress ball that's only going to strain your hand muscles? This is surely a better and healthier way of tackling any tension during the workday. 15. The inner perfectionist. Many people aim for perfection in the workplace, especially if you're fortunate enough to be doing something you love. Is that always a good thing? Apparently not. The idea of the inner perfectionist can impact upon your productivity as well as helping it. Being a perfectionist isn't something to sneer at. However, it can impact on your mental and physical health because you might end up using all your energy trying to be perfect and not focusing on your tasks. Practice the fine art of saying, I did my best, not, I'm going to work myself into the ground. Not every job requires a perfectionist. 14. Decluttering. Is your desk a talking point? Do people keep telling you to tidy up, to which you reply, it looks like a train wreck, but everything's in its place? I think you and I know that it's not exactly scientific, right? Decluttering is highly recommended. Why keep worrying about knocking over papers or food wrappers when going about your business? For example, get all those loose computer cables and put them in a neat bundle. And if something doesn't need to be there right now, put it in the drawer or attach it under your desk. 13. 2-minute rule. You may recognize the name David Allen from his Getting Things Done system of working. It sounds like a straightforward approach, but what exactly does he mean by getting things done? For starters, there's the 2-minute rule. Let's imagine an email has just landed in your inbox. How long would it take for you to reply? If it takes less than a couple of minutes, do it immediately. Remember, all those messages add up, so you're saving yourself from a pile of correspondence in the long run. 12. Delay the fun on Friday. When it's the end of the week, the temptation is to switch off, and you should. However, instead of worrying about next week's schedule over the weekend or on Monday morning, try just gritting your teeth and planning it all on Friday. As recommended by author and podcaster Laura Vanderkam, putting the effort in on Friday helps maximize the fun and makes Sunday nights less stressful. 11. Coffee napping. No, this isn't stealing someone else's coffee. It's a bizarre sounding hack to increase your productivity. Drink a coffee, then take a nap. Sounds counterintuitive, doesn't it? Caffeine and sleep, how does that work? Well, when you drink the coffee, the stimulant doesn't perk you up right away. It needs time to percolate through your system. See what I did there? After a post-coffee power nap of up to 20 minutes, you'll be able to up and at 'em like never before. 10. Green spaces. Not all of us are lucky enough to work somewhere with the countryside or green spaces on our doorstep. So if you're looking out your window at a field or local park, then why not go out for some fresh air and enjoy nature? You'll literally feel happier as the great outdoors boosts your serotonin and dopamine levels. Those are the chemicals that control your body's functions and your sense of pleasure. You need both to get through the day. 9. Pareto's Principle. Those having difficulty scheduling and prioritizing work should check out Pareto's Principle. Late 19th century economist Vilfredo Pareto realized one day that the juiciest fruit often comes from a small number of trees. In business terms, you could see it as 20% of customers delivering 80% of profit for a company. Rather than devoting equal time and resources to all customers, the Pareto Principle dictates focusing on the key 20%, because that's where the good stuff is. 8. Frog eating. Productivity involves tough decisions, such as doing the most awkward job of the day first. No one likes getting to grips with these kinds of tasks first thing, but imagine how relieved you'll feel once you've eaten that frog. Author and consultant Brian Tracy developed the idea, but enough about that. Where does that crazy name come from? It's actually taken from a book by legendary author Mark Twain. Maybe you have a whole bunch of frogs in your inbox/pond. In that case, pick the biggest one and start chewing. 7. The Pomodoro Technique. Created by entrepreneur Francesco Cirillo, the Pomodoro technique is named after the Pomodori, or novelty kitchen timer he used as a student. He found that a 25-minute work period followed by a 5-minute rest period worked out best for him. Rinse and repeat throughout the day, and take a longer break once you've repeated the technique 4 times. Cirillo had improved timekeeping and focus thanks to that little red tomato. 6. Distraction list. Instead of putting tons of effort into avoiding distractions, why not confront them head on? People's brains can move at 1,000,000 miles a minute, even when engaged with the most absorbing tasks. As thoughts occur to you, record them in a distraction list. It may seem silly. Why write down what you're having for dinner in the middle of an important assignment? However, it helps productivity. By writing them down, you're also getting them out of your system. Over time, these thoughts will theoretically distract you less because you're compartmentalizing them and recognizing how unimportant they are at the moment. 5. No. Someone who's a yes person is typically thought of as a spineless doormat in the workplace. But it's a fact that people, especially bosses, like to hear the word yes a lot more than no. Some productivity experts believe that no is a better option in the long run. If you keep saying yes, then it's only going to hit harder when you realize the task you have is pretty much impossible to achieve in the time frame. Your boss will get even angrier, and you might be saying yes to unemployment benefits. 4. Music maestro. Is it non-productive to listen to music while you work? Some people find it helps them focus, depending on the type. Heavy metal probably won't do it, but classical music is said to be highly effective. Plus, if you want to be more scientific about it, you can listen to what are called binaural beats. Here, your left and right ears receive different frequencies. This reportedly creates a sweet spot in your brain, delivering instant productivity. 3. Axe sharpening. If you're going to take advice on productivity, why not listen to former President of the United States, Abraham Lincoln? His quote about chopping down trees is worth remembering. Lincoln stated, "If I had 8 hours to chop down a tree, I'd spend the first 6 hours sharpening my axe." That guy must have had one hell of a chopping action, but you can see what he's getting at. Effective working is mostly preparation. If the prep is there, the tree's going to fall all that much quicker. This hack was mentioned by Tom Matthews in a 2020 LinkedIn post. 2. Commuters can do. Working from home is commonplace these days, but billions of people still have to struggle to work on public transportation or wait in traffic jams during the rush hour. Should you be stuck in a vehicle with nothing to do, then why not check your emails or listen to a productivity podcast for even more hacks? But watch the road if you're in a car, though. 1. Natural light. You'll be amazed at the effect natural light can have on your productivity. Going outside and enjoying green spaces is great for your health, but simply having access to light from the outdoors is beneficial too. A study by the University of Illinois and Northwestern Medicine released in 2014 showed that workers had better sleep thanks to a reported 176% increase in natural light through their office windows. This gave them an extra 46 minutes per night. So, now that you know how to survive better at work, I have another survival video for you to enjoy. Find out the do's and don'ts right here, and also let me know some other hacks we might have missed, maybe some stuff that you use to be more productive down in the comments below. And as always, I'll see you next time.